What is up? Did you see how freaking, I don't know why I didn't say the F word right there. Did you see how dope that intro was? The boy Josefo hooked it up. I was like, hey man, I like a little tiny little intro for Around the Bar. And he was like, I got you, bro. And did that shit. Welcome to another episode of Around the Bar. Can we get some W's in the comments for Josefo? Holy hell. I offered to pay him. He said, don't worry about it. It's for the good of the squad. I'm still going to try to pay him, though. Or either I'll just buy his lunches for the next ever. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Another episode of Around the Bar. If you guys have never seen it, never watched it, never listened to it, it's basically a rant podcast type thing that I'm eventually going to turn into a real podcast type thing. So, that's what we do. I started it a very long time ago, and the idea is that we act like we're at a bar together and, you know, having some deep conversations over some drinks, but except the conversation is just me talking. So, and you guys listening / I guess you can talk back to your computer screen or your phone. You can do that. No judgments here. I'm drinking a mate. Still no alcohol for me because of the whole nose situation. But update on that for those that care. I have my first ear, nose, and throat doctor appointment on February 1st. It's the first time I've been back since I got my surgery forever ago. So excited to start that process over again. It's probably going to end with me getting surgery again, but this time I feel like I'm a little more desperate for it because I'm just sick. I'm just sick of living this way. It really does suck. But you know, no pity party. I've been getting a little. I've been on my not really health grind, but I've been more aware of my health. Been playing some soccer, and by the way, the reason I said no alcohol is because alcohol really messes with my nose issues. But yeah, I'm playing on a soccer team now, a adult league soccer team. Deej and Electra. I tweeted out that I wanted to start playing soccer, and Deej and Electra hit me up and said, hey, you should play on our team. So I'm playing on their team, and they're both nasty, and I haven't run in 8 years. I was trying to put it into perspective. 2011 was the last time I was in shape. I know there's a couple stints here and there where I went to the gym or I worked out at a regular basis for like a couple months, but I've never been like fit like I was obviously in high school. And I was trying to think of stuff that happened in 2011. Like Take Care came out. I think Adele released her second album, I believe. Then other stuff happened in 2011. It's a long ass time ago, man. A long ass time ago. It is if I look tired, it's because I am. It's 7 a.m. But I've been addicted to Minecraft, and I've also been hanging out with the guys here. It's been really nice having Dashy and Formal and you know, here on a regular basis along with Hex, Raj, Matt, and Josefo. I mean, we're kind of like a squad right now, just hanging out all the time and kicking it. We actually just the guys left probably like an hour ago, and I was planning on coming over to the studio. I came over at like midnight, and I was like, I'm gonna edit this, or I'm gonna record this Around the Bar, get another Around the Bar up, so that the next Around the Bar that I do can be like an actual interview with somebody else for the first time. So I need to get one out before we do that. And I came over here, and the guys were here, and they were like, "Hey, we were watching some like old videos," and I was like, "Oh shit, I'll hang out." So I started hanging out with them, and then we started watching old Visions, and Formal and I were talking about old stuff that used to happen and different stories, and Dashy was like listening to it, and then Bruce would talk about different things that happened, and just seeing those two interact, like he would tell me to pause on like certain moments within Vision. We watched the Champs one and the season 2 playoffs of IW. We watched both of those, and he would like tell me to pause in certain situations, and just the way that pro players see the game, like I'll never not be in awe of it, just because they see the game in such a different way. He would talk about different things that they were like 2-second clips that I would never notice, like just the way that they strafe, or he would make or like they would rag on each other because they missed a couple bullets, or they did something wrong, and they're like, what are you doing, Shallow, right? Like they're like, and for us, for normal people that are just watching the game, like we don't really even notice shit like that. Like if somebody makes a super dumb play or a really good play, then we'll react to that. But just those little tiny things, like it's really cool being on the inside, like being able to hear them talk about it. It reminded me a lot of when I used to record, record all the guys. Man, I kind of miss it sometimes. I try not to think about Vision. I have like a not a love hate at all. It's not hate, but I have like an interesting relationship with Vision because it's starting to slip away from me. Like as far as the memories of it, as far as the memories and the passion that was Vision. Like I've been asked about it so many times that it's starting to feel like something that it's not. Like it's starting to separate what actually was Vision, and my idea of Vision now is starting to separate. I don't know if that makes sense, because when people are like, hey, you should come back to Vision, or when's the next Vision coming out, I like laugh it off and make a joke, because what people like talk about, like when people like talk about Vision to me, I'm so past it that I view it as something else now. But actually watching Vision back with Matt about like those days, man, there were some fun ass days. It was a grind, man. God, it was a grind. Man, that first season of Vision was like that first season of Vision was hilariously bad, but different than anything that had been up on the OpTic Nation channel. So it did pretty well, and we moved into the Scuff House, and there was stories to be told. The narratives were there, and then slowly but surely, Vision started becoming into just like it was just like a montage. Like every episode was just like hype. It was either hype, ended hype, or it was hype, ended sad. And it was pretty informative throughout the interviews. It was like hype montages with interviews, and that's the shit I loved. I love doing that because, watching it with those two, it just made me realize that not just the fans respected it, but the players respected it too, and just respected being able to watch like a slimmed down version of their weekend. Yeah, so. And you got to think about like how crazy that narrative was. I did Worlds in AW. The guys win Worlds. Then I get put on full time for Vision. I start Vision at the very first, at the very beginning of Black Ops 3. Like they were scrimming. Black Ops 3, the whole season happens. They lose Champs. Most heartbreaking episode. The best Vision, the most iconic Vision, Crossroads. Next year, they hate each other the whole year. Nobody knows except for us. They hate each other the whole year. They almost break up 2 or 3 times. Then randomly, the whole team just becomes best friends again. It was like, we were talking about it. It was like, I don't even know. I guess they just realized we have a chance. Fuck all the other stuff that was going on in their lives, because the reason they disliked each other was all like, it didn't have to do with the game, it had to do with other shit, and they just threw it away. They literally just, or they didn't even throw it away, they hit a pause on it, because it all came back. But for season 2 playoffs and for Champs, that's the most, That's the most in tune, in sync. Bye, bye, bye. That's the most in sync team that I've ever seen. And then they win champs. Those 2 years, man, such a good narrative for that. And then obviously it ends in 7 with the champs win. Crazy, man. I'm kind of like on a little bit of a high watching that back, because those were some good times. I joke with Roger so much about Vision, because I was just a guy figuring it out for so long. And I mean, there are some interviews, like the color corrections in some of the interviews are hilariously bad. Some of the framing is hilariously bad. But going back and watching it, like, I think it does stand up. Like, it does stand up to the test of time. And I'm proud of that, man. I really am proud of that. I haven't talked about Vision in a very long time. I don't know. I spent so long, I've talked about it many times, but I spent so long in 2018 living in the past that I would watch old Visions, like in stream Vision watch parties and stuff like that. And I stopped doing that because it was really bad for my mental health. But I feel like I am at a place now where I'm things are going so well forward that if I ever am having like a solo stream one night, I think we could pop on some Visions. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. The team now, though, man, the team now is nasty. It felt so good today, or yesterday at this point. It felt so good to be able to watch Call of Duty 4v4 in a Treyarch, even on Raid, and cheer for OpTic Gaming. Man, it felt good. It was an exhibition match. I know it was. But man, that shit felt good. Oh, man. A lot of the memory, like rejoining OpTic, it didn't hit me all in one wave, and like I got really emotional. I was like, I'm back home and all that stuff. Like, I said it, but I didn't like feel it. But gradually it has come back. Different things happen. And when those things happen, I remember why I'm so passionate about this org, and why I've been, dedicating my life to it, really, like since I was fucking 17 years old or something like that. And today was one of them, man. This team is disgusting. So good. And the best part about it is I've never seen a team on OpTic vibe this well together. They all hang out. There's not two different duos. There's not one person left out. You got T2P. You got Seth and Dylan are a sub duo. I mean, you see Seth. Seth is like, might as well be in love with Dylan at this point if you see him in the OpTic content. And then Formal and Bruce are always here hanging out, and they're hilarious together. Like, they're really fucking funny together. And then Dylan literally after scrims literally comes over here and hangs out with them here, and they watch like old events and stuff. And then there's game nights like every Friday or Saturday night at Seth's house. And they all go over. It's literally like I've never seen, like, they just don't get tired of each other. I even get tired of Blake and George. Like, not really, but man, I've never seen an OpTic squad like this. I really haven't. There have always been issues, or there have always been people that like to be alone or like to be away from the team, which is completely okay. But just this squad, it just doesn't seem that way. And I don't know, like, who's gonna cost on this squad? You know what I mean? There's not really a person on the squad where it's like, that dude, like, he might go double negative, or he might go a little bit negative on Sunday. He might go a little bit negative in pool play. He might make the wrong choice multiple times, or the wrong play multiple times. Dude, I just don't see anyone out of these four. Like, there's not a weakest link, man. You got, like, man, it's really dope. Really, really dope. I hope it's going to be a great year for COD. And just the fact that the game is fun to watch. Man, the game is so fun to watch. Even with the shitty maps. They're not shitty maps. Even with the not great for competitive maps. They're either really linear or really small. It seems like a lot of them are really small. Um, Man, it's just so fun to watch. Ah, God, I hope there's an event. Can we all just? Uh, I hope we open up, man. I know there's some people out there watching that are already opened up from all this pandemic quarantine shit. I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous of you. I watch basketball highlights just to feel something. I I know there's other people out there that do that too. Watch basketball. I don't even watch basketball. I watch the finals. I watch the finals, bait tweet about LeBron, and then I watch the finals the next year. But I've been watching basketball highlights. I've been watching uh, baseball highlights. I've been watching baseball highlights just to hear the crowd. That's how crazy it's been. But I will say, baseball has the best fights out of all. Side note, baseball has the best fights out of any competitive sport. The dugout clearing, oh, you got to be there for your boys. And when somebody throws that hand and the dugout comes out, oh, that's hell yeah. I like that shit. That'd be the one fun part about playing baseball. I'd be in the dugout just like, somebody swing. I'm about to come out. Yeah, 3-0. I mean, that 100 Thieves team, it happens every year. It literally happens every year with that 100 Thieves team. They have a bad series or a bad tournament. I mean, this was a scrim, so it wasn't anything. But they have a bad series, a bad tournament, and then they gradually get better. And at the very end of the game, they're a force. Happened in Black Ops 4. Happened in OGLA. I bet you it's going to happen again. I bet you it'll happen again. But, yeah, I do not miss Modern Warfare. I really don't. One thing I do hope, it's a broken record. It is definitely a broken record idea statement. But can we please get League play? I was playing pubs. And I was like, man, this is fun. Except for the parts that aren't fun, which is most of it. I want a 4v4 playlist, man. God, the content we're going to make is so good out of that. We'll be able to collab with one person. We can get on early, play with Doc, play with Seth and Dylan, and after stream or after scrims, maybe grabs Marcel or, man, that'd be fun. Can't wait for that to happen. But until then, it is Minecraft season. I'm addicted to Minecraft again. I'm literally AFKing right here. Don't tell anybody in the Purge server. I'm not AFKing for XP though, just for gunpowder. If you don't know what Minecraft is, wow, or what any of that means in Minecraft, just don't worry about it. Yeah, man, that shit's been fun too. The Purge server is like we're playing on a Minecraft server right now where Saturday through Thursday is just a normal server. People just can talk. There's proximity chat, which makes it hilarious, and there's a bunch of really big YouTubers, really good content creators. I'm looking at it right now. Mystic, Smitty, Sidearms, Trevor May, Deluxe, Jack, Puffer, Terrorizer, Nogla, Noah J, Moo, Speedy, Wildcat, Marcel, Scotty. Like it's a Noah J. It's a really good server. Really, really lucky and blessed to be a part of it. We're giving it our all. I literally just bought I bought off of Fiverr somebody to get me like a new resource pack for just during the Purge, make it all epic. Oh, because I didn't finish my thought. On Fridays, for 2 hours on Fridays, it becomes the Purge. So complete anarchy. You can burn anything, steal anything, murder anyone, and it was fun. And we've done one purge so far, and it was chaos. Really cool chaos though. I think I think this I think it has a lot of potential. Has a lot of potential to go multiple seasons too, because they're planning on resetting it a couple times, which I think is a good idea. Change up teams, and obviously we won't change up teams, um, but yeah, the back getting I just got on a crazy rant, but getting back into Call of Duty, man, wow, really exciting gameplay. S&D could be more interesting once they fix smokes. Because the reason they're not using snipers is because there's no flinch on snipers. And I think there was a Halo where there was no flinch on snipers, and the players literally begged the developers to add flinch because it's stupid not to add flinch. And in Halo, all you got to do is hit them in the. In Halo, you have to hit them in the head. In COD, all you have to do is hit them in the chest, and they die in one shot. So it's even dumber. And I mean that literally the sniper is partly sniper and hackers are partly the reason we don't even play Cold War anymore, just because it was not fun to play. And getting a 3-piece with a sniper for Blake wasn't exciting because all you have to do is aim at him and shoot. And even if they're shooting back at you, I mean, it doesn't matter. So that's been G8, and smokes are G8 as well, because you can throw a smoke at your feet and nobody can see into the smoke, but sometimes you can see out of the smoke. But apparently they're fixing that. So if they fix that, then I was talking to the guys, and they were like, well, maybe if they fix smokes, then snipers will be allowed again. Maybe like one snipe per team. I think that would be pretty cool. But hopefully they just fix the snipers too, because Lord, we're in a weird state where if you're a sniper and that's what you do, not in competitive, but you go into pub matches and you snipe, you get gameplays, you get clips, you make montages. It's one of the hardest games to play because the ADS is a little slower. The cock back speed and the reload speed is a little slower, so it's harder to chain those kills. But then on the competitive side, it's one of the most overpowered guns because of the no flinch and because it does such high damage. So I think this is the first time this has ever happened in COD history where two different communities within COD don't disagree on the same gun. Like, the competitive side wants it nerfed to shit, and the public side wants it buffed, like buffed to shit. Buffed to shit, is that a thing? They want it buffed because they want it to be easier to use. That's really weird. It's really crazy. So if you, I mean, pub players, if you see people that are in the competitive community talk about how the gun is busted, just know they're not talking about you guys, and vice versa. If you say the gun's too hard and you're a pub player, or if a pub player says the gun's too hard to use and you play competitive, don't try to correct them. It's like Pamaj and I got into it, but I love Pamaj. I really do. But sometimes when you talk about snipers and give your opinion, he takes it as a personal attack. He holds that shit down for all the snipers. Gotta respect him for it. So yeah, the OpTic content's been really. I have stuff written down right here. OpTic content's been really good. Did y'all see Roger's fucking edit? That shit, dude. What? We have been debating. I have told Roger for the past 2 months that his documentary series is not going to be named Vision. I will not let him do it. And that might sound dickish. And like part of it is like a pride thing. Like, I don't want, like, Vision was my baby. And like, I was really hurt whenever Infinite put out those Vision shirts and I didn't get a say in the shirts, or I didn't get a say in how much was made, or I didn't get a cut of the shirts. I asked for ownership of the logo and ownership of the series. They denied it. I was hurt by all of that. So whenever we got it back, I was like, nobody's doing Vision. That was my shit. That was kind of like how I was thinking. But also, I was watching Roger's video and I was like, bro, this is way better and way different than anything that Vision ever was. Like, go back and watch Vision. It is a video for OpTic fans. Like I said, montages with interviews. Roger shit, you could put the process on Netflix. It's that's how clean and how quality it is. So good. Way too good to be on YouTube. But it's gonna stay there. I hope so. I hope it stays there because I don't want to pay for it. But you guys would, right? Yeah, you guys would. Last time I did it around the bar, I told you guys I went over a few. I got kind of deep in it, and I told you guys to, give your thoughts and your prayers to Nick. Since we were talking about OpTic content, give your thoughts and your prayers to Nick because he was going through some stuff, and it's not my place to say anything that he was going through or whatever, but he is, man, it worked. All your thoughts and prayers worked, man. He's doing so much better, man. He's doing so much better. Heard from he left. I'm watching his cat, Junior, cute as shit. We snuggle every night. I might not even give Junior back whenever he gets back in town, but maybe he'll convince me. But yeah, I talked to his mom. She said he's doing so much better. He just needed to cut off. He needed to cut off from everything, reset, talks to family, went over there, and now he should be coming back pretty soon. So I'm really glad that he was able to take that step, man. I was really worried about him for a little bit, and it's hard to answer those questions that people ask. Where's Nick? Flycast, and all that stuff, because none of that stuff is really important. Like, none of that content stuff is really important whenever you're worried about your homie's safety and how he's doing up here. And now I feel like I can. When it came to Nick, I feel like I could never I was always worried. I was always anxious. I was always, wondering what was going on. And now I feel like when I talk about Nick, I can take a deep breath and a breath of fresh air, and just know he's doing all right. So I'm glad. Obviously, it'll be his place to discuss everything when he gets back. But I hope he doesn't even I hope he comes back. I hope he does OpTic content, and then I hope he takes all that other time to worry about himself. So if he wants to stream, let him stream. If he wants to upload videos, let him upload videos. If he just wants to go to the gym and eat healthy, maybe do beats, do that. But just come here for content. That's what you got to care about your homies' well-being. So I guess that's enough on that. That is enough on that. Do any of you guys have like obsessive personalities? There's addictive personalities, and I've always had an addictive personality. Anything I like, I go hard for it. Like, it's really bad. I've been into it all, man. Been into guitars, paintball, poker, Pokemon, And I guess that, I mean, dude, like legitimately the list goes on so long. And luckily, most of the time, the stuff that I get into is not very expensive. Um, it's stuff that I can quench that thirst by like watching videos or something. Oh, video that means the people next door just came in. That's how early it is, 8 a.m. Um, usually I can quench or satisfy that addictive hunger with like videos and stuff. But this Pokemon wave, oh man, something about opening a pack of Pokemon cards makes me feel alive. Literally makes me feel alive. And it sucks because I caught the end wave of it. Like there's definitely going to be people that continuously open Pokemon cards. There's a bunch of YouTubers out there that do it, but whenever this big wave happened with like the Logan Paul thing, and then people started buying booster boxes. People started buying these booster boxes that have never been opened. And a booster box is literally the box that they put on the shelf at Target with all of the packs into it. People sell the entire box, which is 36 packs, and people pay. The newest one is like $150. The newest one. The very first booster box that came out is going for $80,000. What? Dude, I can't. I was thinking about it today. I can't even remember. I can't even remember what the card section looked like at Walmart and at Target in like 2003, 2002, 2003. I was even looking online for pictures of like retro pictures of Target and retro pictures of Walmart just to remember what it looked like, because I can't even remember what the shelves used to look like that the Pokemon cards were on. All I know is I went up there and I would ask my mom if I could get a pack, and I never really got that many packs because my parents didn't really like it. They didn't understand it, so they didn't like it. But then I started collecting sports cards, and they liked that one. So then I just kind of was like, well, if they won't let me get Pokemon cards, then I'll just get football cards or baseball cards. But I can't even remember what it looks like. So I can't remember if it was actually the box that was on the shelf, or if they like, I don't know. Stuff like that like sends me for a loop. Whenever I saw there was a viral tweet that went out that was like, here's what Taco Bell used to look like. And it just hit me with a wave of nostalgia. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, places really used to look that way. And I remembered it. And you don't realize it's gone until it's been gone for 10 years. For 15 years. God, I'm old. Holy shit. I am so old. But yeah, this open to got. This is how crazy the not Minecraft. This is how crazy the Pokemon wave has been. So I was trying to think of what box I could get that was hype enough where people would want to watch me open it, but not hype enough where I spend an absurd amount, an unforgivable amount of money buying it. And the answer was the pack is called Evolutions. It's basically a reprint of the very first Pokemon cards that were ever out. And for $36, it was for 36 packs, it was $500. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't buy stuff. I'm not like Crim Six. I don't buy $20,000 glow in the dark glasses. Is that what they're called? Well, let me treat myself. Let me do it for the sake of the content. So I bought one. And it was going to get here on like the 22nd. Blake and George started getting into it too. They started liking it. And they were coming here on the 12th. On the 12th. They were like, oh, we'll be gone by the time that box gets here. Because I bought it off of StockX like a shoe nerd. I bought like a hype beast. I bought it off of StockX. Um, and so I was like, well, I want to open one while you guys are here. So I spent another $500 on cardboard Pokemon cards. Now 500 plus 500, I think, is 1,000. So I spent $1,000. That's not a weird flex. I'm more like, kind of. I was like very guilty about it. I don't like spending. It's weird because I don't like spending money on big things, but then I'll buy little things a lot. I don't know. It's like a mental problem I have. But that the pack that, or the box that I bought for $500, 2 weeks later, I bought two of them for 500. 2 weeks later, the entire box is going for 900. 2 weeks. Like if I had, if you had $500 and you bought, or if you had $1,000, bought two boxes and flipped them 2 weeks later, you would make a shit ton of money. It's just crazy that waves come and go like that. Like, I don't know. It's just really dope. Really dope that people are that into Pokemon. I've been and I knew about some of these YouTubers as well. I was watching. I went through this. Leonhardt showed up in my. He would be another person that would be really fun to interview. Whenever I start doing these interviews, I'm trying to get like enough of them lined up, enough of like people that I want to interview, so that I can start researching all of them and uh, and make it a really good podcast. Leonhardt actually lives here. He lives in Fort Worth. I think he lives in Plano, which is where I live. And that'd be really cool to have him on a podcast. Dude's 35. I think he's 35. 30 something. And he was an attorney, passed the bar. That was going to be his full-time job. And then, boom, he started opening Minecraft. Damn. Started opening Pokemon cards. And now that's what he does for a fucking living. And he has over $3 million in different Pokemon memorabilia. Apparently he's opening the most expensive box in the world sometimes next month. So I can't wait for that. It's like a first edition base set booster box, which if you don't know, it's a big fucking deal. It's got the possible Charizard in there, which the Charizard sold for like $300,000 or something like that. But anyway, I think I might be getting all these numbers wrong, but there hasn't been one open in a very long time, and I'm going to be legitimately clearing my schedule for that. All that money for cardboard. All that money for cardboard that we all had growing up. If you're my age, you had those cards. I remember looking at my buddy's Charizard holographic first edition and being like, wow, you got one? And then he put it in his binder. Now to think if he had put it in a sleeve, put it on a shelf, kept it there for 20 years, he could have $200,000. That is wild. That is so wild. But yeah, it's cool that there can be YouTubers on anything. Like, man, content is so important. It's so important. Because how could literally I tweeted a while ago that like content creators are the most important part of selling your game. And that might be bias. It's maybe not selling your, well, yeah, selling your game. It's the most important part of selling your game and getting your game out there to the eyes of people, content creators, is legitimately free promotion if you make a game that a lot of people like. I mean, look when people say games die or games boom, it's because of content creators. Look at Fall Guys. Look what happened with Fall Guys this year. Fall Guys was booming. Booming. Everyone was playing it. It hit at the right time where nobody had anything to play because everything else sucked. So everybody was playing Fall Guys, and it was fun, and everyone was streaming it, so everyone was playing it. And now nobody streams it, so nobody plays it. That, from what I can see. I don't know if they're Fall Guys YouTubers, but I don't know if they... that game is kind of a different situation because I don't know if there is a way to adapt a game that one-dimensional where you can incorporate streamers to play it on a regular basis. But then right after that, the Among Us thing happened. And dude, some people started playing Among Us, and then Among Us got like as big as... It feels like it got as big as Fortnite did in 2018. Maybe not, obviously not that big, but it hit mainstream Twitter, hit mainstream Among Us. People in my mom's classroom, she teaches kids. They were playing it on their phones, so everyone was playing it. That's how I always judge it, based on if my mom knows about it. My mom knew about Fortnite. She banned the F word from her chat, which I always thought was really funny. And she, all of her kids talked about Among Us. So I don't know. I got some hate for it too, for that tweet. Not hate, but I got some people being like, "You actually think that content creators influence the sale of games?" And like, I got a decent amount of people responding negatively to that tweet, and I was like, "Yes, absolutely, I do." How about this? Go to your local Target and try to buy Pokemon cards. I know I'm coming back around to it, but just try. I guarantee you the shelves are wiped clean. And it's all because with, a little bit, a touch of quarantine and maybe a little bit of hype building. But once that Logan Paul shit dropped, and then Logic bought that Charizard for like 300 grand, boom! Now you can't even find Pokemon cards. And it's all because of content. Even in professional sports. I mean, I'm not going to... Some people like to cringe when I talk about pro sports because I don't know that much about it. But what I do know is that there has been a wave of rookies, a wave of new players in the NBA that came from high school, and there's this new content where people upload their highlights from high school games onto YouTube, and they've been getting like millions of views. I mean, I think it started with the Ball brothers and Zion and Trae Young and Tyler Hero. I don't know. It started with them because I've been watching them, and they get millions of views. And now people have favorite, they have favorite basketball players that are playing in the NBA because they saw them when they played in high school. And it used to be you only saw people play in high school if you went to that high school. But now, like, and so when people are, how many people do you think found their favorite players while they were in high school, and they get to say, damn, I was watching his mixtapes while he was in high school, and now he plays, now he plays ball. That's what George is literally a LaMelo fan. I'm like, George, since when do you watch basketball? He's like, well, I saw LaMelo play, and now he plays for the Hornets, and that's in North Carolina, so I'm a Hornets fan now. Even there's a lot of hype around a girl player too. Her name is Paige, I think. Paige Beckers? I think it's Paige Beckers. She's a girl who they started. I think the girls played before the guys in high school, or at least they did in my high school. So they would film the guy. They would go there to film the guys, and they would film the girls too. And this girl was just tearing people up, just destroying people. And her mixtapes from her high school games are also getting millions of views. And now she plays for UConn, and her UConn games get more views than probably more viewership than probably anyone else in any other college. And there's a few girls like that, and it's crazy that it's all you can attribute it to. You can take content and the importance of the eyeballs on what you're watching, and the ability to get it out there. You can attribute that to so many things. I mean, I just went through Call of Duty, and then wait, what did I go through? Yeah, I went through Call of Duty as far as content is concerned, on regular streaming, into Pokemon cards, into high school basketball to the NBA, into women's basketball, into women's college basketball, and probably, the WNBA as well. It'd be cool. The WNBA could use a W. Could use a W. Because there's a lot of people out there that are just fucking douches about women's sports. I think women's sports in a lot of cases is better than men's sports. Yeah, obviously you're not. If you put the best against, if you put it, like, obviously people know, but it's the same reason I like college sports. I like college football more than the NBA, just because it just seems more passionate, and I like the atmosphere. So I think there's like women's MMA, like, holy shit, they go fucking nuts. I'm kind of getting like super sidetracked, but I don't know. Really, I've been mentally all over the place lately. I tweeted today that I think I might be PMSing. And as I sent it, I was like, I wonder if I can get canceled for that. Everything I tweet, that's the first thing I think. I wonder if I can get canceled for that. But yeah, I tweeted at Jake Lucky because he said Hex 1, Nate shot 0. And I've always thought, ever since 100 Thieves and Real OpTic got back into COD, I was like, I don't want to have this fucking weird ass rivalry that we used to have. It was like, it seemed like kind of hostile at some points between 100 Thieves and OpTic. And that was in Black Ops 4? Yeah, Black Ops 4. And then they both went away. I was like, well, all that hostility for nothing. And then it was like, by a miracle, that 100 Thieves and OpTic are both back in COD. So I was like, so let's not make it like a rivalry again, especially not like a hostile rivalry. I would much rather be like sister teams, I guess, because that does exist. So I've always had that thought in the back of my mind. So I saw him tweet that, and I was like, man, I hate this narrative. Like, why would you do this? Like, we're just happy to be back in the. And then he was like, yo, I was just tweeting, and I was like, damn, I did kind of snap at you, man. That's weird. And I was like, maybe I'm PMSing. Oh man. Oh man. Good place for Call of Duty. Good place for OpTic. Good place for TST, man. Not going to talk about. I feel like every time I talk about TST, I talk about how we're just trying to make it on the YouTube side of things, but I have to tell myself not to say that every time, or people will be like, damn, Hitch bitches a lot. Bitches a lot about YouTube. When in reality, I should just DM Fliz and be like, what the fuck is going on, man? Hopefully this, the Purge stuff helps out. We're collabing a lot more. And yeah, I was just thinking about something. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Last time I did it around the bar, I said something like I was gonna upload, different challenge videos and different style videos, not vlogs, on this channel. Not as like a hey, I'm back and I'm uploading again type promise, but just because OpTic's back and it feels like it's the respectful thing to do. It's what I don't want to mess this opportunity up like I kind of have in the past. Um, so I do have like 3 or 4 videos that are going to be up on this channel, including this one. I have 2 edited already and 1 that needs to be edited, and I have tons of ideas that I constantly write down. So I'm thinking, man, and I want to get like a group of them ready before I start uploading them, just so I can upload like I can have a consistent like 4 5 weeks while I make other videos. It's hard to do it all while streaming too, because right after I released that video, Nick was like, "Yo, going home. Can you watch the cat?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, brother, do you?" But now I have a cat that I gotta watch, and then also the TST Purge server and a bunch of different things with our collabs, started happening. It was my birthday as well, and so all a bunch of shit happened, and so I haven't been able um, to be as punctual with it, but I'm still doing. There's some really good content. I did a Do You Know Your Duo with Blake and George, and it's hilarious. I'm super super excited for that to come out. Uh, really really excited for that. The this podcast also around the bar is going to be on listening platforms as well. Spotify, basically anywhere where you can listen. I'm thinking right now. I've been talking with Atlas. Um, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna put the Around the Bar podcast with the Summercast. So if you go to the Summercast and you click on the Summercast with the 3 of us in any of those on any of those platforms, some of the episodes will be Around the Bar. I just think it's easier because just to have 2 different ones, I don't know. I think that would be too much because like who's gonna? It's not technically a TST thing, but it is. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how that would sell to sponsors or whatever, but I'm thinking about just doing that. And also, the Hitch Presents channel is going to be like a clips channel for different moments within podcasts because I'm in 3 different podcasts. The Summercast, which has been going really well. I really like the Summercast. Um, this one, which is not very consistent currently, and probably won't be consistent. It'll probably be like once or twice a month, and those will be either rant videos for me where I talk to myself like a psychopath, or like detailed interviews slash. I need instead of acting like I already do it, let me just not talk about those type interviews with guests or those type around the bars with guests until I do one of them. I have a lot of stuff written down for Hex, so Hex will be the first person that I do. But yeah, it will be out. It will be out on listening platforms because I know some people care, some people want that, others don't, but others do. Yeah. So I think that's gonna do it though. It's it's 8:30 a.m. So I probably need to go to bed because we got a stream today. But yeah, streaming TST.live every day. Purge on Friday. Make sure to watch that. Please subscribe to the TST YouTube channel, and also thanks for hanging out. Oh, also last thing, this happened. Not trashing YouTube. This happened last video. I released the Around the Bar, and I haven't uploaded videos on YouTube in a really long time besides those Minecraft hardcore videos, and I did monetize them, but not really. Like I just uploaded them just because it was like a passion project, and I uploaded the last Around the Bar. I did not manually put any ads in. I don't even know if you can anymore. And I got so many tweets that were like, I can't watch that. There's too many ads. And I was like, too many ads? I didn't put any ads in it. And then I went to it and it was like 100 ads. So I don't know if that's going to happen again this time. I don't know how to fix that. But I'm sorry if this got a shit ton of ads. But I didn't mean to. So I do apologize for you guys getting bombarded with Trojan commercials or whatever YouTube sells to now. But thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to do it for today. Make sure to tell Josefo in the comments that he crushed that intro. And please like the video and go subscribe to the TST YouTube channel. And if you're subscribed here and you don't really like the content, then why the fuck did you watch an hour-long podcast? It's a waste of time. Bye.